Hi guys, my name is MJ. Welcome to Vertitoy channel. This one I want to show you the new brand, MC64. Some of you may have already seen pictures circulating online. This is actually a new brand that came into the 1:64 scale out of all the brands. I think this one stands out a little bit. Right now they have only released the Evo 9. The very first one is actually the red color regular Evo 9. However, that has not been out in the market yet. However, they have already done one Malaysia exclusive, which was an event exclusive, the Malaysia Diecast Expo 2019 that happened in end of June, earlier this year. So this was actually released at that time. 600 pieces was made, right? So this was the very first one, and yeah, right. And then after that, it was the Singapore National Day tribute. So this one is a Singapore National Day exclusive. Okay, so this was the second piece, and this one thing they kind of made an so-called made an upgrade. There was a couple of changes here and there, and then we also do see some changes from the recent Singapore exclusive, the Carousel Land event exclusive, the red RalliArt Evo 9. Okay, so we'll go to it one by one. I want to do the red one first. So 600 pieces were made. So the packaging is pretty much quite straightforward. It's very similar to the other brands, Tarmac and Eno. So yeah, see, it's a separate piece. Okay, underneath is pretty much empty. It's a little bit of a parking lot that says reserved parking. Okay, Malaysia exclusive MC64. One thing I quite like is that they have the event logo on it. Okay, the MDX logo, and then at the back it tells you what product it is. Diecast ABS, 1/64 scale, choking hazards, not suitable for 18 years old and below, made in China. So it claims so this one has Mitsubishi license. It's a Mitsubishi licensed product. Okay, so this is the very first one, the Evo 9 RalliArt Black. Okay, so on the base is pretty much very straightforward as well. It's just a normal black base. It has printed on the wordings 2005 Evo 9 Malaysia exclusive 2019, limited to 600 pieces. I like that they put the RalliArt logo on the base. So this is their logo, MC64. So of course, on first look, I think on that day itself, while I was at the event, I was actually choosing through a few, and I don't see much QC issues on these cars so far. So usually when it's a new mold, we don't usually see a lot of issues. It's usually after some time when they keep reusing the mold, and then we start to see issues. But so far, so good. I don't see any major issues on the car itself. Someone did point out the front of the car looks a little higher, but I think it looks quite okay actually. I don't think it looks odd. I think it looks okay to me. Right, so we'll take this out of the base. So it's very standard as well. It's screwed onto the base with just one piece of screw. Okay, I'll put that aside and let's take a look at it. The other thing that some people point out is the way they did the number plate, the registration plate on the bumper. I just did a quick search, and yeah, because as far as I recall, I remember the Evo 9 number plates. I remember there's some body kits that the number plates will sit in that manner. So I think this was intended to replicate that, rather than just one piece of plate. So this was done to replicate that, and I really like that they have the tagline, the RalliArt tagline, the spirit of competition, at the back there. Very nice. Okay, you can see the lining detail on the door, which is pretty good. At the back, and slight details on the muffler. That's nice. RalliArt logo. The Mitsubishi logo is done very nicely, very crisp. I can see it very clearly, the three diamonds. Okay, then we have they have the RalliArt logo on the back windshield. That's very nice. So overall, I think it's a model that that's worth to collect. I think it's quite yeah, it's done really quite nicely. The interior, I would say straightforward. I don't see anything particularly fancy. It's just black interior with regular seats, stock seats, I would say. Yeah, not much color details on it, but definitely you can see the dashboard, the aircon vents, the steering wheel. The steering wheel has some slight details to it as well. Let's zoom a little bit. Yeah, hopefully you can see it. So I think it's for its price, I think it's worth it. Yeah, I think that's the word for it. I like that they didn't do the grille effect on the front part of the car, but I like that they matte out rather than having the rest of the car is actually in matte. In gloss black. Apart from the grille and also the radiator part. This one on the real car is a grille. So what they did is probably very expensive to emulate the grille effect. So I guess that is why they went for the matte black finishing on it, which I think it's actually quite okay. Alright, so that was the very first very first to market, the black RalliArt, and then that was last actually. So the next one came was the Singapore National Day exclusive. So this one was very limited. It was, as far as I recall, it was only sold at the event itself, and a couple of pieces was made online on Singapore Diecast Toys website. So yeah, this one was very limited because this one only 98 pieces was made, and I like that they did the running number. I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, the tribute is actually, I think it's quite nice to have that Singapore local touch. This is actually their art museum, and then they have their Eye on Singapore. These are some of the iconic buildings in Singapore. There's the MBS there, and then there's Gardens by the Bay. So that's quite nice. I really like that Malayan logo on top, the red and white finishing on the car, the choice of red and white on the car, which is Singapore colors. So on the back, it's pretty much very similar to the MDX. However, it doesn't have the event logo. One thing I noticed is for this packaging, they added their contact. So basically, MC stands for Masterpiece Collectibles. Okay, so that's quite straightforward. Let's go straight to the car. Yep, so underneath, yes, Happy Birthday Singapore. Yeah, just put that on the side. We'll take a look at the car. So it's on a black base again, and that is actually quite common nowadays. But this one has that plate, the metal plate. So on the metal plate, Mitsubishi Evo 9 Singapore National Day exclusive 2019 MC limited edition, 28 of 98 pieces. Okay, let's take it out of the base to take a much closer look. Alright, so one of the key difference here from the very first release to the second car, the side mirrors. So this one, I assume the black was done in the RalliArt side mirrors, and probably this side mirror is from the stock car, I guess, from the stock Evo 9. That would be my guess. So the front vents, it's still in a very similar, it's done in a very similar way, the matte black. The number plates SG54 to actually symbolize Singapore's 54th Independence Day. Okay, so this is actually done pretty nice. I like the Malayan on the top. This is done in, I would say I can see that it's quite done in a very high quality print. The star and also number 54. However, on the side, I think they may be a little too ambitious with the tiny little stars, which probably on screen, on design, you know, you can see it very nicely, very sharp, but here the printer is not able to pull that off yet. So instead of star, it becomes like small little dots. Still, I quite like that red wave with that you know, that starry feel to it. I think it's a pretty decent design. It's nice. I really like the red and white combo actually. Nice. Okay, and actually the part of the car that I really like the most is don't play. This is actually something very Singaporean. It's a slang that they usually say in Singapore. It's sort of like, you know, don't a joking way to say it, you know, don't mess with me kind of slang. Yeah, so I like that they put that in, don't play. Nice. Okay, so underneath they did some details to it on the undercarriage, their logo, and of course the name of the model as well, Mitsubishi Evo 9 1/64 scale, made in China. So these are screw rivets. Okay, so you can actually remove them quite easily. Okay, pretty cool. So that was the second release, and then came over last weekend. In Singapore, there was a Carousel Land event that happened, and this was actually the event exclusive, the red RalliArt. Okay, so packaging wise, it's actually very similar to the very first Malaysia release. Okay, it's just but this one did not have the logo of the event, so this one is just states Singapore exclusive. Right, and underneath is the same. Again, we'll go straight to it. Go straight to the car. So same black base, and it has that metal plate, and again with running numbers. So I quite like that they have made improvements since the first release. This is actually another. It's nice that they kept this running number from the this running number feature. They kept this feature from the Singapore exclusive. Okay, and I quite like, yeah, again with the RalliArt tagline, the spirit of competition. Nice, very nice. However, the antenna looks slightly different. I think the two RalliArt antennas are similar. However, for the Singapore version, the Singapore Independence Day version, it looks slightly different. Yeah, it's slightly different. Okay, and another improvement on the third model, right, is actually the additional tachometer. So I'm guessing, you know, there's more the turbo gauge, and you know, and all the additional. There's another additional 3 gauge that, you know, feeds more information to the driver. So that is added onto this latest one. Okay, let's take it out of the base and we'll take a closer look. There we go. This is a very nice red. So this one has the carbon fiber finishing on the back wing. Oh, the black one, no, the black one didn't have that. The black one is just a solid black. So the red one did get the carbon fiber finishing, but again, it's only at the top. They didn't wrap underneath, which is a little unfortunate if you ask me. I would really like if they did it, if they wrapped it up. Okay, Nice. Nice. MC64 Evo 9. The muffler. Nice. I think this is one of the other very few brands that managed to pull off their cars nicely. We have seen quite many new brands out there which you know, when they produce their cars and then when it comes out, it's really very big difference from their concept cars, from their pictures. So this one, so far, I would say so far so good. So great job to the team at MC. I like that they did the front lip. It does look like it's a separate piece, so it makes it very realistic. So I'm not sure if it's a separate piece. It could be, yeah, I think it's a separate piece. It looks like it. So it makes it looks much more realistic. Nice. Nice. So 3 so far. I understand that they will be making the Subaru WRX as well, and that is not released yet. And we are hoping to expect we're expecting the regular red to be released very soon as well. So I think so far MC has done quite a fairly good job. So hopefully we'll see much more nice things from them. Alright, so that's it for now. I will be taking close-up photos of them and putting them on my Instagram. Remember to follow me there, vertitoys.mj. Remember to hit the subscribe button and also the bell button so that you don't miss on any of my diecast videos. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. Bye.